Students, welcome to the maths class. This is Navdeep Agrawal here. Today in this video I am going to explain you this exercise 7th B. In this exercise you are going to study proportion and continued proportion. So one by one these 2 points are there only. One by one I will explain these 2 points. After that, problem based on these 2 points you can solve from exercise 7th B. So first of all, proportion. What is proportion? So try to understand carefully. Four non-zero quantities are said to be in proportion if ratio of first two quantities is equal to ratio of last two quantities. Here you can see I have taken four quantities A, B, C and D. First thing you have to remember, these are non-zero quantities. No quantity should be zero among these four quantities. If A and B, ratio of A and B is equal to ratio of C and D. A and B are first two quantities, C and D are last two quantities, as I told in my definition. Ratio of first two quantities is equal to ratio of last two quantities. It means that A, B, C, D are in proportion. This A is called first term or first proportional. This B is called second term or second proportional. C is called third term or third proportional. D is called fourth term or fourth proportional. These are two forms. You can see two forms are written here. A is to B is equal to C is to D, and A is to B 4 dots, C is to D. How to read this second form? A is to B as 4 dot read as C is to D. They have the same meaning. In place of equal to you can put 4 dots, or in place of 4 dots you can put equal to sign. So you have to keep in the mind. Second thing, terms A and D are called extremes and B and C are called means. And product of extremes equals product of means. In class 8th you have studied. If four quantities are in proportion, then product of extremes equals product of means. After that, continued proportion. Three non-zero quantities, suppose A, B, C, they are said to be in proportion if A is to B is equal to B is to C. Means ratio of first and second quantity is equal to ratio of second and third quantity. Then you can say these three quantities are in continued proportion. Here this A is called first proportional, B is called mean proportional, and C is called third proportional. And one more thing you have to pay attention. This first proportional is written at first place. This mean proportional second and third place it takes. And this C, it is called third proportional, but it is written at fourth place. So you have to keep these points in the mind, students. After that, I am going to take some examples so that these 2 points will be clear to you. First example, you can see, find. First part is written fourth proportional to 3, 6 and 4.5. Fourth proportional to 3, 6 and 4.5. You can see the solution. You can, whatever proportional you have to find, you have to suppose that proportional as x. Let the fourth proportional to 3, 6 and 4.5 be x. It is written. You can see, when here four quantities are there, it is not given in the question that it is continued quantities are in continued proportion. If they are in continued proportion, then they will give only two quantities, not three quantities. Three quantities are given, fourth quantity you have to find. It means that they are in proportion. So fourth proportional you have supposed that it is x. Now if it is x, then it will be written as at fourth place. So second step, you can see 3 is to 6 equals 4.5 is to x. Now product of extremes equals product of means. By that property, extremes 3 and x will be multiplied, 3 multiplied by x, and 6 and 4.5 will be multiplied. So it is coming 3 multiplied by x equals 6 multiplied by 4.x. In this way you are getting x equals 9. So it means that this is the fourth proportional, 9. Second part, you can see, students, mean proportion between quantities 6.25 and 0.16. Here, as I told you just before, that if quantities are in continued proportion, then two quantities will be given. Here you see mean proportion you have to find, and two quantities are given, 6.25 and 0.16. How can you find? You see, in second part, mean proportional you have to find, you have to suppose that it is x. So here it is written, let the mean proportional between 6.25 and 0.16 be x. Since it is mean proportional, so it will take the places second and third. As I told you, mean proportional is written at second and third place. So you can see this step, 6.25 is to x is equal to x is to 0.16. So at second and third places, I have written this mean proportional. Now same property will apply, product of means equals product of extremes. So product of means, x multiplied by x equals 6.25 multiplied by 0.16, and by solving you will get x equals 1. After this, third part is given, the third proportional to 1.2 and 1.8. Again two quantities they are giving. It means that third proportional you have to find, two quantities you are having. It means that three quantities are there, they are in continued proportion. Third proportional, it will be written at fourth place. You can see third solution, let the third proportional to 1.2 and 1.8 be x. When it is third proportional, it will take fourth place. Here you can see 1.2 is to 1.8 equals 1.8 is to x. In this way, by cross multiplying or product of means equals product of extremes, you can find the value of x, 2.7. So this was the example, these were the examples. Now one more example is there. You can see quantities a, 2, 10 and b are in continued proportion. Find the values of a and b. Here already they are saying quantities are in continued proportion. Here you can ask the questions, students, that sir, you are saying three quantities will be there, but here four quantities are there. So I will clear your doubt. You can see, if four quantities are in continued proportion, then ratio of first and second quantity is equal to ratio of second and third quantity is equal to ratio of third and fourth quantity. You can see here you can see this point, a upon 2 is equal to 2 upon 10 is equal to 10 upon b. First, second, third, fourth. Now here you can see a upon 2 is equal to 2 upon 10. Separately you can take 2 upon 10 is equal to 10 upon b. By cross multiplication you can find a equals 0.4 and b equals 50. Now after this, one more example is coming. What number should be subtracted from each of the numbers 23, 30, 57 and 78 so that the remainders are in proportion? Some number you have to subtract, and remainders means after subtracting whatever you will get, so they should be in proportion. So that number you can suppose as x. Let the number to be subtracted be x, and condition is given, after subtraction quantities will be in proportion. So this step you can see, 23 minus x is to 30 minus x is equal to 57 minus x is to 78 minus x. Again here they are making fraction, or you can take product of extremes equals product of means. By taking fraction they are cross multiplying, this step is coming. After that by simplifying you are getting x equals 6. So like this you can solve this question. One more example is there. Here they are asking what should be added. In previous example it was what number should be subtracted. Here what number should be added to each numbers 13, 17 and 22 so that the resulting numbers are in continued proportion. Here in previous example it was given they should be in proportion. Here they should be in continued proportion. So three numbers are given. So required quantity to be added be x, you have to suppose. After that, after adding, it will become 13 plus x, 17 plus x and 22 plus x. And it is said they are in continued proportion. It means that first is to second is equal to second is to third, or you can write first upon second is equal to second upon third, like this. Cross multiply, do cross multiplication. After cross multiplication, simplify this equation, then you are getting x equals 3. So like this you can solve. These are very easy questions, and many questions you can get from exercise. After that, one more example is coming. If a square plus c square comma ab plus cd and b square plus d square in continued proportion, prove that a, B, C, D are in proportion. Here one thing I will tell you, as I told you just before, if three quantities A, B, C are in continued proportion, then A is to B equals B is to C. I told you just before, according to continued proportion. If you multiply product of extreme, if you multiply extreme terms and mean terms, then you will get B square equals AC. Product of extremes equals product of means. If three quantities are given in continued proportion, so directly you can say square of mean proportional is equal to product of first and third proportional, or square of middle quantity is equal to product of first and third quantity. So this property you have to remember. So by using this property I will solve this example. You try to understand. Three quantities are given in proportion, these three quantities. So it means that first upon second is equal to second upon third, or directly you can write this step: first multiplied by third quantity is equal to square of mean proportional. After that you simplify, multiply a square b square a square d square, it is coming, plus b square c square plus c square d square, it is coming. Here whole square a plus b whole square you can expand, a square b square plus 2abcd plus c square d square, a plus b whole square plus b square plus 2ab. So you take all the terms in LHS, so this step will come, and when you see properly, it is the square of AD minus BC. When AD minus BC whole square is equal to 0, AD minus BC is equal to 0, AD equals BC. AD equals BC if you see A upon B equals C upon D. Do cross multiplication. So it will come AD equals BC. So it means that if you are getting AD equals BC, so you can say A upon B equals C upon D. So they are saying A upon B equals C upon D, which means that A, B, C, D are in proportion. Next example is coming. If Q is the mean proportion between P and R, prove that P square minus Q square plus R square equals Q to the power 4 into 1 upon P square minus 1 upon Q square plus 1 upon R square. How can we prove it? Here already one condition is given, Q is the mean proportion between P and R. When Q is the mean proportion, it means that Q square equals PR. As I told you, square of mean proportion equals product of first and third proportional. So here you can see the solution. Q is the mean proportion between P and R, which implies that Q square equals PR. Now RHS they are taking. In RHS, they are first multiplying by Q to the power 4 inside the bracket. So you are getting Q to the power 4 upon P square minus Q square plus Q to the power 4 upon R square. 1 Q square will cancel in the middle term. Next, in place of Q square, they are putting PR. When Q square equals PR, so Q to the power 4 will be P square R square. So they are putting in place of Q to the power 4 P square R square upon P to the P square is given minus Q square plus P square R square, again they are putting the value upon R square. Simplify it, P square cancelled, here R square cancelled. So you are getting R square minus Q square plus P square, that is LHS. So like this students you can solve the questions. One more problem I am going to take. This is the problem. If A, B, C, D are in proportion, then prove that. Two parts are there. First part I will explain. Second part you can do yourself after getting this first part. So A, B, C, D are in proportion. It means that A upon B equals C upon D. Equals K you have to take. this point equals k. So what is the benefit by taking a upon b equals c upon d equals k? You can find the value of a in terms of k, you can find the value of c in terms of k. So a upon b equals k, so a equals bk, c upon d equals k, c equals dk. Now these values of a and c you can put one by one in LHS and RHS. You can see here in LHS first you are putting in place of a you are putting bk, in place of b, in place of a you are putting bk, in place of c you are putting dk. Then b is common in numerator, d is common in denominator, k minus 1 k minus 1 they will cancel, so you are getting b upon d. In RHS also you put the value, so after putting the value, after simplifying these two brackets you can cancel under root b square upon d square, it is coming b upon d. So from first and second equation you can say LHS equals RHS. So like this you can solve all the questions. One more problem is coming, it is very important problem. Such type of question comes in the exam. You can see this 6 is the mean proportion between two numbers x and y, and 48 is the third proportional to x and y. Find the numbers. Two unknown numbers are given x and y, and between these x and y mean proportional is 6. When mean proportional is 6, it means that 6 square equals xy. 6 square equals xy. This step you can see. 48 is the third proportional, so it will be written at fourth place. So you can see here it is at fourth place, and by simplifying product of means equals product of extremes, you are getting y square equals 48x. From equation 1, if you find the value of x, then it will come 36 upon y, and this 36 upon y you can put in equation 2. So you will get y square equals 48 into 36 upon y cubed equals 36 multiplied by 48, y equals 12. After getting the value of y, you can see here, you can put this value of y here, so it will come x equals 3. So like this, two numbers x and y you can find. These numbers are 3 and 12. So these were the examples based on proportion and continued proportions. These are not tough examples, and such type of questions you are going to get in exercise 7th B. In this exercise you can solve all the questions. If you have any doubt, in comments you can write your doubts. I will clear your doubts in comments. So today you do all the sums of exercise 7th B. Thank you and have a nice day.